Hello everyone and welcome to the Test Automation Fundamental Series Module 5. If you didn't watch any of the previous modules of this series, I would highly recommend to check the link from the description of this video and get the complete context. So by now our system is ready with Java and Eclipse IDE, both for Windows and Mac user. We have completed our understanding with Selenium. Installation is done, Java and Eclipse. We also got the introduction with application under test. And now we need to set up our system. And so we will cover these two modules here. Let's start. On Windows system, what you need to do, click on Windows icon and then type Eclipse. Because Eclipse is installed, it will show up, and then click on that Eclipse icon. It will take some time for the first time to load. And once it's loaded, then it will show you the default directory as workspace. On the other hand, for Mac users, you need to click on Launchpad and then find the Eclipse icon in your applications folder. Or alternatively, you can also press Command plus space keys simultaneously to launch Spotlight Search and then type Eclipse and click on it. So you will also be here on this tab. Once we are here, we don't need to change anything. Leave it as is and launch it. It will take some time to load project default template. Okay, so Eclipse is open now. Now, what do we need to do? We have, because we installed Eclipse with IDE integrated with Maven. So now if I try to create a project, it gives me an option for the Maven project also. Creating a Maven project is easy because it will create a template from Maven project, and then we will be easily able to set all the configurations. I will select the Maven project and use the default workspace as location. Yes, I will click on next. And from here, because it was a Maven project, I will say Maven dot hyphen archetype hyphen quick start, and I will select Maven archetype quick start and then click on next. So it loaded by default my group ID, which is a Xamaa Technologies, but you can choose any. And then we can name artifact ID. So in my case, what I would do, I will name my artifact ID as, let's say, test automation, and then I will say finish. So on my left side, this is a package explorer. I had 3 projects previously, but in your case, you will not have any project. So this our new project from the Maven template is basically, if you see at the console, it is giving us some, it's standalone project is being created, generating, and then it say, okay, the package com Xamaa Technologies Test Automation. Do you want to create it? I will say yes and click enter, build success. Here you go. So we have a project named Test Automation created. And if I now click on it and try to understand its folder structure, it has created as source main Java, source test Java, Then libraries, if you see library is 1.7, we might need to change it. And then Maven dependencies. If I go in Maven dependencies, some two of them are there, and then it's a pom.xml. So that is the default project structure. What I will do, I will go to these two folders, main Java and test Java, and delete the default created packages because we want to create some meaningful name for our packages. So I will delete them. And once deleted, now I want to set up some dependencies before actually I start working on that. So for the dependencies, I will double click on pom.xml. This is a configuration file where we basically create all the configuration. And the first thing, if you see, it is using Java 1.7 and we installed Java 11. So what I will do, I will change from here to Java 11 as a compiler source and compiler target also Java 11. So once I did that, I will hit save. Once it's saved, if you see on the left side, it is still showing 1.7. That is interesting because we did not rebuild the project. So what I will do, from project, and there is an option to say update Maven project. So once I do that, basically what it will do, it will ask me the confirmation, and once I confirm it, it should have, yes, it changed the Java to Java 11 now. So that step is done. And now from here, I will go to the dependencies tab. So this is a dependencies tab in XML. This is XML format. And every dependency will start with the tag dependencies and with the tab dependency. So I will delete this JUnit. Oh, JUnit dependency because we are not using it at this moment. So I will delete it and I will add two dependencies in this. For the dependencies, I will open a browser. Let me see. I will open a browser. Here you go. And in the browser, I will type Maven repository. So Maven repository, because we are using a Maven template, so I would be basically using Maven. So here we need first Selenium Java. And once the Selenium Java is here, I will click on it, pick the latest one, and copy this thing and come back to our Eclipse project in the dependencies and Control V. So we have added Selenium. So one thing is Selenium. The other thing which I want to do is WebDriver Manager. I will go back to Maven repository and I say WebDriver Manager is a single word without space. And the first option which says IO GitHub Bonnie Garcia, yes, that was what I want to use it as a WebDriver, and I pick the latest version, copy this because it's a Maven. I will copy this, come back to Eclipse under the dependencies, and I will paste it. So now I have these two dependencies added to my project. I will save it. And once I save, it has everything good. And then the next thing which I need to do, if I see here in the Maven dependencies, see, you might be surprised. Initially, we had only two. It has a lot of items now. So what it is doing, all these settings actually is basically importing all those dependencies for us in the project. So we don't have to deal these things manually. It's more like a convenient to use this template if you're working. Okay, so apparently our project is set with the dependencies. And let me just to make sure that update Maven project. Yes, I want to update it. And once it's done, uh, now technically we have created our dependencies. That is complete. And now come to the project. And let's say we start creating a folder structure under the main source main Java. I want to create a package. It's my first package. Let's say call it fundamentals. So now our project was test automation, and the test automation we have a fundamental package, and under fundamental package, let's say I create a class, and class name is, let's say we call it our first hello testing. And in this interface, I will leave everything by default, but here if you see what method you want to create, what I will do, I will ask it to create a main method for us so that we can run our code. And I will click on the finish button now. What it does, it created a blank file structure class file for us, and inside the class it also created a main function for us. I will delete this default comment section. So this is more like a now play area for us where we can uh, start working with our application and start writing some code. Okay, so what I will do, I will write a few lines of code just to make sure our project is running fine and it is able to do what it needs to. So then we will complete this session and continue from the next session. Let's see, let me write some WebDriver manager. So it has a squiggly red line. I will click from my keyboard, I will click Control and spacebar, and it gives me an option. Hey, do you want to include this package? And I will hit enter and say yes, I want to use this package. So okay, so the package is imported in my class, and then I say okay. So WebDriver Manager, I want to do something with the Chrome driver. So okay, and can you please set it up for us? So okay, everything is run. So this is the advantage. The Selenium 4 has this quite innovative feature that by using the WebDriver, it does everything for us. Otherwise, the older versions we used to set up the path where the mm, WebDriver browsers are sitting, or all those drivers. So we need to manually set them. But now it's more like a convenient. And then as a next step, what I will do, I will say, okay, if this is done, then WebDriver, and again, it will give me a red squiggly line. I say, okay, control space. Say, do you want to use WebDriver? I say, yeah, I want to use WebDriver from Selenium. So, okay, and click enter. It included this, it imported this package also on for me. And I say, okay, then define a driver for me, and then new Chrome driver. Okay, so for Chrome driver, again, it gives me a squiggly line again. I say, yeah, Chrome driver, please import that package for me also. Okay, so it has imported both packages for WebDriver and Chrome driver. And the next thing is I want to say, hello driver, we have now created your instance. So can you please open some URL for us? Okay, so driver dot get, and if I say get function, I say pass string URL. It means what I need to do, I need to pass a string, which is a URL. And if I go back to our browser, and if you remember our application, that was something called Sparkstone. Yes. So this is our test application. I will copy this URL and come back to our code and paste it here. So now what I'm asking WebDriver, hey WebDriver, can you please go here and launch this page? And let's say save it and try to run it, what it does. So I will run it as a Java application and see what it does. It is doing something. And where is the, oh, on my others window. Okay. So it opened a browser. There you go. So it opened a browser and launched the application. And if you see on this browser, on the top, close to the header, it says Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. So actually, it's not we launch it, it's some automated software has launched it. Okay, so it means our code is working fine. And let's say little bit more interaction. If I say, hey driver, you have opened my browser. Can you do something and uh, get the maybe page title for me? Get title for me. And once you get some title, then I need to maybe put in a string just to get it. Maybe this title, I will get it, and oh, typo, sorry for that, string, not string, okay. So the title is there, and now let's see, print it out in the console to see system.out.println, and then what I need to print, uh, title is plus title. Here you go. So let's see. I will save this file and try to run it as a Java application. Let's see what it does. It will open a browser, initialize a driver, Chrome with the Chrome browser, and it opened a Chrome browser and then launch the application. And once the application is launched, then go to the page and get its title and print it for us. So here you go. So we have in console the title is, and that is the title. And how we can see that title? If I click on this page, right click, inspect, and in the inspect mode, if I control have in this section search for title, then it gives me the title and say, yeah, this is my vehicle insurance title, page title. And if you see, it has given us the title. So it means our code project is set, and now we are ready to write our code. And we did this code just for the sample purpose. And in the next module, we will basically create some scenarios, understand our application, and then we start writing our code. Thank you. See you in next module.